One of the things I get asked a lot is, why are theme parks such a big deal to me? Why am I so obsessed and fascinated with them? Why do they play such an important role in our lives? Theme parks, Disney, Six Flags, Universal, and so forth, have always played a big role in my life. From the time I was young, our vacations were centered oftentimes around going to amusement and theme parks and riding rides. And as I've gotten older, they've continued to play a role in my life. When I was a stay at home dad, that kind of became my hobby, my excuse to get out and to socialize. It became opportunities to get away from stressful jobs, to work at parks while I was doing stressful jobs, to find ways to relax, to have family time. But why theme parks? Why not other things? Some people like fishing, some people like hunting, some people camping, road trips, various other things. For me, it's a number of things that I've always loved about them. One, my family growing up, my dad worked all the time. We didn't get a whole lot of time with him. So when we got family vacations, that was some of the few times that we actually had something that all of us did together. We weren't doing our own thing. We weren't off, with him at work and my mom at work and school and our various activities, but we actually had time together as a family. And we got along well on those trips. So it was kind of nice that way. And that has continued as I've had my own kids and so forth. It was a great opportunity for us to have family time together, whereas otherwise we're so busy doing other things we may not. But there's also been something very attractive to me about theme parks that, especially with everything going on right now, for me becomes even more so. And that is some of the things that happen is one, it's an escape. It's a way to forget about reality, the troubles, the trials, uh, and the other stuff that we're going through, the stress. It's an opportunity to go someplace where that doesn't exist, where you're in an imaginary world. You can pretend that those things aren't real anymore. It's one of the reasons Make a Wish is so popular at Disney and other places, is because it's an opportunity for them to set aside and forget about all those issues and to be able to just have fun, to not have to worry about the serious stuff. It's something that, as an employee, as a cast member, as a citizen at Silver Dollar City, I loved helping people forget the reality and to be able to set aside and just have a good time, to play a role essentially in the grand big play that is the parks. I know what stress reliever it was for me. Goodness, there was a period of time where we were teaching in Tampa, and the school that we were teaching at was rough. It was hard. I don't exaggerate. I had car duty where I would watch the kids get dropped off in the morning and had to watch for late parents. I don't exaggerate when I tell you I actually had two parents try to run me over because I was trying to flag them down to sign their kids in. It was that kind of an area. It was bad. And so we had passes at the time to Busch Gardens, and then of course I got my job there. And that was something that we would do after a stressful day. We would drive up 20 minutes, 30 minutes to Busch Gardens. We get out, we go ride a couple of the coasters, scream out the stress, let it all out, have a nice dinner there, go see a show maybe, in just 2 or 3 hours and just let the stress of the day dissipate. It's something that having an annual pass at whether it was Six Flags Magic Mountain when my kids were little, whether it was at Silver Dollar City here, having that pass where, okay, I need an out. I need a way to get away. The annual passes and having a park close by has just been an amazing blessing. It's also an opportunity to travel. It's an excuse to travel. We've gone to a lot of places and we've used the amusement theme parks as the excuse to get there. So when I've been to New York City, it's, oh, hey, we're going to go see Coney Island. When I went through Pennsylvania, it was to go to Knoebels and Kennywood and uh, Dorney Park and all these other wonderful parks in Pennsylvania. It's an excuse to travel, and then we stop and see all these other things along the way as well. So the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam and all these other places were all part of theme park trips. So it becomes a great excuse to do that and to get around and see the country and to meet people. And speaking of meeting people, this is one of the things I absolutely love about theme parks. And it's something that I wish we could see more is when you walk into a theme park, you don't look at the people around you as, okay, what political affiliation are they? Who did they vote for? What, you know, other affiliations? Who do they work for? And no, you walk in and you're in love with the atmosphere. When you walk into a Disney park, you're talking about your favorite ride, your favorite characters, your favorite area in the park, what you like to see, where should you eat. And you strike up these conversations with people in line and around you, and all the baggage that we so often bring around when we're trying to meet people disappears there. All those really childish and petty arguments and stuff that we find to divide each other over and argue about and fight about and dislike each other. When you walk into a theme park, it doesn't exist. Instead, you're worried about the fun and talking and what's your favorite things and who do you like and what do you like to do, and oh, we love this, have you tried that yet? And you find these common grounds that we so often forget that we have. It was one of the things I loved as a cast member and a citizen at Silver Dollar City is to find things that people liked. And here, let me encourage something else that I like that you would like. What do we have in common? And cultural differences are celebrated. They're enhanced. They're enjoyed. You know, the way that you see that and the way you experience that, that is so cool. You are from where? Oh, that is awesome. How does this compare to what it's like where you're from? So I loved when I would meet people from other countries, when people, not just who on vacation, but immigrants that were there. The parks are this huge multicultural, multi-language melting pot where all these people from around the world come together. And it's just so cool because you realize you all have these common interests, these common loves, and common ground. And then as you're there, when something does come up, okay, how can we work this together and find a way that everybody's happy? As a cast member, that was what my goal was sometimes. Okay, let me reach across divides and let's get these divides out of the way and let's find that common thing and let's get you on your way to something fun. I love being able to do that. When you would see somebody having a hard time, somebody having a bad day, somebody struggling, my job is to make them happy. What can I do to put a smile on their face, to take this negative thing and throw it aside and give them a positive? We need more positives. Just in everyday life, with each other, and theme parks were a great way to really identify that. I kind of joke at my job now that my customer service that I do is all based on what I learned and did at the theme parks. And that I treat everybody who walks in the door like a guest and a friend and somebody who's got something in common. And it goes a long ways to making their experience better, but also my experience with them better. So even if somebody walks in that maybe I wouldn't associate with, well, you know what? We've got something in common here. We've got something to talk about. And let's find out about each other and learn and grow that way. Theme parks are learning about treating other people the way you'd want to be treated, making them happy, doing things together with people that maybe you would never have an opportunity to meet and get together with otherwise. I've been able to get together on coaster club events where we get people from all walks of life that come together with a common interest. When we have an event at Worlds of Fun or Silver Dollar City, or when I was part of the Florida Coaster Club, and we would get together at various different parks. Occasionally, you get to travel and go to a big event, and there are these people from all walks of life, all ages, kids up through seniors. And I mean, my Florida Coaster Club group, we had one lady in her 80s who was still riding coasters, just full of life. And she's riding along with my 12-year-old daughter at the time. How many things can you find where you have people from all ages that can celebrate and enjoy something together like that? But that's one of the magical things about it. And then you realize we should be doing that every day. As I love my parks, as I love my time in them, as I love our holidays and our vacations, the one thing I really take away is I want to be able to live every day like I lived at Disney and Silver Dollar City and these other parks. How cool would it be if we could take that happiness, that joy, that amusement, the friendliness, generally, the willingness to get along with other people? What if we could take all of that out of the parks and put it into real life, regular day life? What if we looked at those people that are in front of us in line at the fast food restaurant, or on the other side of the counter, or the waitress, or the gas station, and we went, you know what? I'll bet you've got something in common with me, and I'll bet you're probably a pretty decent person, because I'm a pretty decent person, and most people are pretty decent people, so maybe we should actually try liking each other and being friendly. If we could take the willingness, as we put it at Disney, to make magic for people, at Silver Dollar City, to create memories worth repeating, if we could take that same attitude that the people working for the companies were encouraged to have, and if all of us were to take that and put that into action in our everyday life, and recognize those other people around us as being worthy of having a smile on their face just like us, of being liked like us, of having enjoyment like us, how much better of a world could we make this? I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool if we could manage to make inside Disney something that happens everywhere. Can you spread the magic? I wish you would. Remember, those people out there, they're not that different from you. They probably like Mickey Mouse too. Do you agree? Do you have favorite memories of the parks? Like I said, I've grown up with them. I've got so many stories from learning to ride coasters and not be afraid of them because I was terrified as a kid. The family vacations around the world. I'd love to hear your stories too. Please share them in the comments below. Have you made a friend that you probably would never have made otherwise, thanks to amusement parks? I'd love to hear those stories too. Goodness, I've got all sorts of them thanks to this channel as well. The coaster clubs, and then my viewers. I got people from all walks of life, and I absolutely love it. Has there been a way that theme parks have impacted you that way? Please share it in the comments below. Thank you so much to my patrons and my supporters. Their encouragement means the world to me. Thank you as well for watching. Thanks so much. God bless. Stuff like that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know your thoughts, your comments, your suggestions, your ideas. Be sure to share them in the comments below, or you can contact me. There's information in the description that has my email address, fan pages, information about merchandise, and so much more. So be sure to check that out. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, and if you haven't already, hit the button right up there to subscribe. And in fact, if you did enjoy this, I've even got another video for you right here. And also about these wonderful people here, those are my YouTube members and my patrons, the ones whose financial support makes this possible. I couldn't do it without them. If you want to know more about that and the perks that come with it, well, be sure to check the description. There's a link right down there. Thank you so incredibly much. God bless.